What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Angel Eyes coming at you through the power of the internet. And basically, I want to talk to you guys about my Nekroz Ritual deck profile. Okay, everybody knows, given from the circumstances, Shard has been banned, and Nekroz, Abronic, and Unicorn have been limited to one. But based on the deck profile I'm about to present to you, I'll be able to show you and prove to you why, that based on, given from the current meta, that this deck can hold its own in the current meta right now. So let's get on with the deck profile. Basically, you want to play two Nekroz of Trishula. Basically what this card can do is whenever this card is ritual summoned, you can banish 3 cards your opponent has, one from their hand, field, and the graveyard, and basically remove them from play. Also, its second effect states that whenever your opponent activates a card effect that targets a Nekroz card on the field, if this card is in your hand, you can discard this card and negate the activation. Next, you want to play 3 Nekroz of Valkyris, the best card in the deck, and you should always play 3 of them. Basically, what this card can do is, say for example, if your opponent's monster declares an attack. If you discard this card, you can negate the attack and end the battle phase. Also, its second effect states that whenever this card's on the field, of course, if you have 2 water monsters, you contribute them from your field and or hand, including Nekroz of Valkyris included, and draw 2 cards after. Next, a lot of people only play 2 of this card, but you really want to play 3 of this card. Nekroz of Colossalus. What this card can do is, when you discard this card from your hand to the graveyard, you can add 1 Nekroz spell card from your deck to your hand. Of course, you want to utilize Kaleidoscope in conjunction by using your extra deck to summon Nekroz cards at the cost and the expense of the extra deck, which is key pivotal in this deck build. Also, its second effect signifies that whenever this card is on the field, you can target during either player's turn, yours or your opponent's, target 1 monster your opponent controls that was special summoned from the extra deck and negate its effect and reduce its attack to 0. Next, for the one-ofs. 1 Nekroz of Bryonic, because it was limited to 1. What this card can do is, when this card is ritual summoned, you can return 2 cards that are on the field to the opponent's hand, and also its second effect signifies that if you can discard this card from your hand to the graveyard, add 1 Nekroz ritual monster from your deck to your hand. Key pivotal, you're going to be able to get your Nekroz of Valkyris out as soon as possible. Your final ritual final Nekroz ritual monster, Nekroz of Unicorn. What this card can do is, when this card is ritual summoned, of course, during your turn, you can target 1 face-up card on your opponent's side of the field, 1 monster card, and negate its effect until the end of the turn. Next, you want to play your 6 Jus, 3 Senju of the 1,000 hands, and 3 Manju of the 10,000 hands. Basically, what these cards can do is, when they're normal summon, depending on which card you play, you can add up to either 1 Nekroz ritual spell card, or 1 Nekroz ritual monster, or just ritual monster or ritual spell card just in itself. Key pivotal for any ritual deck you play. Now, a lot of people don't play this card. 1 Aqua Spirit. Most people don't play this, but however, this card is key pivotal for going into your Xyz as quickly as possible. You might want to be able to get Abyss Dweller or whatever rank 4 you have. Basically, what this card does is, if you banish 1 water monster from your graveyard, you can special summon this card. So say for example, you already have a Manju or Senju, which is already a level 4. Special summon this card, go into your Xyz after you get the effects off your Manju or your Senju, and then go into your combo plays. Next, you want to play 3 Gishki Visions and 1 Deep Sea Diva. Basically, you want to play this exact number. Deep Sea Diva signifies that when this card is normal summoned, you can special summon 1 level 3 or lower Sea Serpent type monster, like Gishki Vision. Don't use Shadow, it will not work. Basically, when you have Gishki Vision in your hand or your side of the field, you can use the entire requirements of this card to ritual summon exactly 1 ritual monster. Key pivotal, like I said. Next, you want to play, well, technically you want to play 2 Fire Hand and 2 Ice Hand, but I don't have the room, so I can't play a second Ice Hand. Basically, what these cards can do is, say for example, okay, Fire Hand's on the field. It gets destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard. You can target 1 monster on your opponent's side of the field and destroy it. And when you do, you can special summon 1 Ice Hand from your deck. Likewise, vice versa. If Ice Hand is destroyed and removed from the field by battle, you can target 1 of your opponent's back rows and destroy it and send it to the graveyard. Good against pendulum scales too, and then you can special summon 1 Fire Hand from your deck. You can keep going back and forth between the guys. On to the spell cards. You want to play 1 Nekroz Cycle. It's not entirely relevant, that's why you only play 1, but it's just another card, so in case if you want to be able to ritual summon 3 times in 1 turn, assumably even if you are able to do so, Of course, this can ritual summon any Nekroz ritual monster you want. Next, 2, Nekroz Mirror. Likewise with Cycle, but more relevant, this is a much more better card than Cycle. That's why I'm running 2 of them. Signifies the same effect for the most part. Of course, its final effect signifies that you can banish Nekroz. You can banish this card and 1 Nekroz monster from your graveyard to add a spell card of Nekroz from your deck to your hand. And of course, like I said, based on using Colossalus, you want to be able to get this card out as soon as possible. You want to utilize the extra deck as much as possible and exploit it for your ritual summoning as much as possible. Nekroz Kaleidoscope signifies that you can take 1 monster, any monster from your extra deck, and based on the total level of stars that it has, you can Nekroz ritual summon any number of ritual monsters that you want by using this card. Next, to increase the key consistency of this deck, 3 preparations of rites and 1 preparation of rites. Preparation of rites has been limited to 1 so far. Pre-prep basically allows you to take 1 ritual card that signifies for 1 ritual monster and add 1 ritual monster and 1 ritual spell for each other and add them both to your hand. Preparation of rites allows you to add 1 level 7 or lower ritual monster from your deck to your hand and take 1 spell card that's used for ritual summoning and add that from your graveyard to your hand. Next, for the one-ons. Right Yankee, because you want to be able to OTK as soon as they clear their front row. Insta-Fusion, because you want to be able to get some access towards your fusion so you can go into your Xyz plays. Insta-Fusion is typically used for getting Norden out. 1, Reinforcement of the Army, Rhoda. Basically, get out your warriors as fast as possible. You don't have too many in this deck, but just in case you want to be able to get out Nekroz of Bryonic and either discard him for his effect or use him in a ritual summoning. 1, Mystical Space Typhoon, because Solemn Strike is a pain. You want to be able to get rid of that card, assumably if you suspect that that card is being face down on the field, you want to be able to get rid of that as soon as possible. If they Solemn Strike you, chances are you can expect, well, a possible defeat just from that card. 1 Double Summon, say for example you have a Senju or a Manju or whatever, you want to be able to play them both. This card will allow you to double summon the same turn. And the last card for the trap cards, the only trap card, Drowning Mirror Force. You want to be able to remove their monsters, and forcing them back into the deck is much more better than just simply killing them, because monster effects, any cards that is possibly sent to the graveyard, sometimes your opponent can utilize this and be able to special summon and do God knows what to you. Moving on to the extra deck. Like I said, you're using Kaleidoscope. You want to utilize 12 stars and 11 stars. Elemental Hero Divine Eos is good for your 12 stars, Infernoid Tiara is good for your 11 stars. Use them for Kaleidos, summon 2 or even 3 Nekroz ritual monsters. Bloom Prima is your level 7, solely for the reason why I put her in is so I can use her for Kaleido, and then special summon, well, ritual summon Unicorn and Colossalus at the same time by using Kaleidoscope. Same thing for the Kaleido, Ritual Beast, Pentalfin. The only reason why I'm using this card is to get out my Bryonic as fast as possible, assumably if that's what I want to use him for. Norden, solely for the Insta-Fusion, bust him out, get his effect off, and then go into your Xyz. Fusionist for Kaleidoing your Colossalus. Herald of the Arc Light. Now, typically you want to play 2 of them. It is very useful. Typically in this build, you're only going to be able to ritual summon 1 level 4 from your hand, but having 2 of them is much more better than having 1, because you can still Kaleido by using this card for a different effect. 1 Star Eater, not going to use it for the Kaleidoscope combo. Instead, you can use this card by, well, synchro summoning by using Deep Sea Diva and 2 other cards to get off and get him on the field. He's key pivotal in this deck, solely just for the OTK. Fairy Cheer Girl, rank 4, solely that you can actually discard 1 card from this card and basically draw 1 card from your deck. Knight, just for the one-ohs, Steel Swarm Roach, and Abyss Dweller. Abyss Dweller is key fundamental element in this deck. Imagine if you have all your ritual monsters that you need for an OTK on the field, Valkyris, basically, this card, discard 1 card, all your water monsters on the field can get 500 attack points. And imagine that, if Valkyris has 3,400 attack points, more than enough power to kill almost any card in the game. Number 101, Silent Honor Arc, because stealing in Yu-Gi-Oh! Is fundamental when you're trying to win the game. Please don't steal in real life, though. And Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragon, solely for the fact is that you're going to have a certain time where you're going to have a 4K beater or some kind of card that is exceeding most of the cards that you have in your deck. You want to be able to jump over that card as soon as possible. Moving on to the side deck. Now, in this build, typically speaking, you're not supposed to be going over anything more than like 10 ritual cards, well, 10 ritual monster cards. But in this case, in case if you need them, 1 Nekroz of Gungnir and 1 Nekroz of Decisive Armor. Like I said, signifying that for the Kaleidoscope, you want to have as much of these cards as possible. Level stars, Shooting Quasar Dragon, and Atomic Scrap Dragon for your 10 stars. Next, Stardust Dragon. Rarely have I ever needed to go into him, but usually it's just type of a trolling card, typically supposed to maybe stop your opponents from OTKing you, but it's not going to be entirely relevant for you in this type of a build, but it's good just to have. Second Fusionist, so you can Kaleido, so you can get your Colossalus on the field, assumably if you don't want to discard him. Dance Princess, normally you're supposed to play 2 of her. I don't have any room. I wish I could play her in the deck, but I really don't have any room for her. Your second Ice Hand, just in case. If you used up your first one, you're on your Fire Hand, and you're on your standby phase, you want to be able to side your deck. Your second Aqua Spirit. Ascending Soul, Insta-Fusion, your second Mystical Space Typhoon. Like I said, I don't have the room, otherwise I'd play them in the deck. Double Fiendish Chain, because dealing with Cosmos is a royal pain in the ass. And lastly, Mirror Force. Solely for the fact is I don't have a second or a third drowning Mirror Force, otherwise I would side the second and the third, or possibly debatably having a second one in the main deck. As always, YouTube, thank you for watching my video. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. And as always, have a good day. Bye.